On today's episode of the 621 feature series, we are in the presence of greatness. The Nissan Skyline R34 GTR. Let's check it out. The Nissan Skyline R34 GTR, Godzilla's youngest sibling to be blessed with the Skyline GTR name. A very sought after production car that started its production in 1998 and finished production in 2002. But technically there was a couple of 2003s slipped through there too. And only 12,000 of these being produced, it made it the smallest production run of any GTR yet. Multiple specs and tuning packages available direct from Nissan made this car ultra desirable for tuners worldwide. Well, except America with their 25-year laws. Unlucky punks. Regardless, the R34 GTR in the last few years has become one of the hottest property in the JDM car world, with prices tenfold in the last few years. They are now out of most regular pieces price ranges, especially mine. A lucky few owners never sold, even after huge offers. Today we look at one of those, Kadir, and he is a labour of love for over 10 years. In fact, maybe touching on 15 at this point, kept in impeccable condition. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy some of this Japanese supercar goodness. I am joined today from one of my oldest friends in the car scene with one of the best cars out of anyone's that I know. Kadir, thank you so much, man, for coming down. I know you were going to give me a lot of grief about the car because I've known it a long time.
Yeah.
And he sent me the feature I did from 2013. 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and you told me to memorise it, and I tried my best. But you're going to show us around the car today for the audience, so we can all reminisce and enjoy your beautiful R34 GTR. So tell us what it is to begin with.
2000 year model, base model, so Skyline R34 GTR. The chassis code is BNR34. Colour is WV2, so sparkling silver.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's quite a nice colour.
It's like in the sun it's properly silver, and then in the shadows it's grey. It's almost like a pearlescent grey.
It is nice. I got jammy with the colour. So I think there's 3 different shades of silver, but this one's the one for me, I think. So yeah.
So let's go around the front. Let's start there where we start with most cars we do on the channel. Is this am I wrong? I am wrong in saying the bodywork isn't completely factory, right? So it's a lot of Nismo parts on this.
Some Nismo parts, yes.
Okay, let's go around. Okay, so give us a guided tour, sir.
Okay, so OEM front splitter. That's paired up with a Z-Tune front bumper. Then we have an R-Tune carbon bonnet from Nismo. Hiding behind the bumper is a Nismo intercooler. I think you can't see it, but there's a Nismo oil cooler hiding there, but it's all black.
Okay, well, we won't try and find that. And then obviously got the Xenon headlights in it. Is that a factory?
So they're factory, but the UK specification cars, they came with halogen headlamps with chrome housing.
Right. Okay.
So the import models you'll see with the darker housing. And the xenon headlamps. These have got the optional eyebrows or eyelids or whatever you want to call them. But they came with the car, so I think they've grown on me.
I really like them, man. I really like them. And the fact they're like an option, it makes it cool. So is this a JDM car?
Yes.
It is a Japanese car.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
It's a Japanese model, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, you've got the shaded indicator lens.
Yeah.
So.
And you got those on the side as well. That just suits the style of the car so well. Now, back in 2013, when I took the photos of that car, it was on different wheels, and now we're running
C20. Yeah, so it was on C28s before. I still got them.
You have still got them, yeah.
Yeah, I managed to scuff one.
Oh no.
So I had these in the loft, so I bunged them on.
And what are these? Are these obviously T37s?
So they're T37 Ultras. I wanted. These are option colour, so mag blue. So I think they're 19 by 10.5 on a plus 12 offset.
And is that square setup all round?
All round square setup, yeah.
They fill the arches on the front and the rear just beautifully. Yeah. And it looks like you've got Pilot Sport 4S's on there as well.
Yeah.
Great tyre for road and track, really. So that's great. So walk with me.
Walk with you.
We're going to go around the side.
Down the side, all over. You've got Nismo side skirts, Nismo B-pillar garnish and carbon.
Let me just get in there and show that. And the side skirts, these are Nismo too, right?
They're Nismos. They're Nismo side skirts.
That's beautiful.
And then you got the Nismo rear spats on the corner at the back. And then you got a little bit of carbon going on here.
Now this mine's carbon. What would this be called? I can't even remember what these are.
What do they call it?
What do they-
Crystal sapphire.
But what is it called? Gurney flap, right? That's kind of
Well,
what...
they call it a wing blade, but it's got like a gurney flap built into it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Now I want to show people this because this has really stood out to me. I know we've got a crazy car in front of us that everything should stand out on, but like, hopefully it picks it up. This is like a really deep green carbon, and it's like got a bit of blue in it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And then at the end here, it's got the Mines logo just beautifully marked in, etched in. Do you mind if I touch it? Is that okay? Yeah, it's like etched in. It's like, it's just absolutely, it's just one of those small Japanese modified touches that if I saw it, I'd have to buy it. So the fact that you have it on here is just awesome, and it's just such a beautiful feature. Let's talk the exhaust, because we're going around this way on the car.
Exhaust. So that's the Mines. It's such a long name. I'll give you the long name. It's called a Mines Professional VX Titanium 2.
Okay.
That's what they call it. So it's a one-piece catback.
Okay, cool.
One-piece catback.
And then we've got the diffuser.
You've got an OEM rear diffuser, which has been kindly refurbished by a gentleman called Paul Cheshire. So really nice work. So that's paired up with the Nismo GT fins. I've got an Amori tow hook, and I've got an Amori dry carbon exhaust exit finish.
Oh yeah, just around the top.
Yeah, so
absolutely awesome. Then we've obviously a standard feature, the iconic rear end on these cars.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. One thing I love about the GTR is you know it's a GTR because of the wider body, the arches.
Yes, the rear arches.
The big chunky arches.
They're flared out. They're quite nice.
And you said at the beginning it's a base model.
Base
so you
model,
have the no spec stickers.
No spec, yeah, the elusive no spec. So
that is so beautiful, man. Would you show me inside it? Is that
inside,
okay?
let's go.
Kadir, the inside of your just immaculate GTR. I have to just explain to people how just beautiful this thing is in here. As a machine itself, it's in such fantastic condition. You've kept it quite OEM, it looks in here to me.
It is, for the most part, all OEM. What have we got in here?
So we'll just, because it's obviously an OEM car, let's just show people what they came with. So they've got the, do you mind if I sit on the ledge like you are? Yeah. So I'm just being very careful with this car because I know how expensive they are now. So they come with the almost like PlayStation 1 style G readers and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
right?
so that's an interesting point. Where this is a base model, it doesn't have.
Oh, okay.
So if you start it up, it'll have a GTI entry screen, or intro screen rather.
I don't know if I can see it on here, but.
Shall we try that again?
I think it might just be the lens cover I've got on it. Worst case, we'll show people later.
Okay. So it starts like this. So you've got different modes. So notice this, it's got 5 lines of data.
Yep.
So you have the upgraded motherboard, it'll fill it up right to the bottom.
Right, okay.
So I've actually got the upgraded Nismo set at home. So hopefully at some point I'll get it all done.
Cool.
But yeah, that will unlock, that upgraded motherboard will unlock the G meter.
Oh, okay, cool. And, so it does all have it, you just got to
it'll have it, yeah, and you have to have a little button here. So that comes as part of the kit. So that's for your lap timer.
Right, okay,
yeah,
okay.
So that would go there.
Okay, cool.
The clocks have been changed, as you know.
Yes, I know it's got the beautiful, I'll come around that side and get them a little bit clearer, but I can definitely do it here. The Nismo clocks in there. Awesome. It's just such a, this was the sign of the times back then, wasn't it? It was just simple, all focused towards driving. Even the bucket seats, if we just turn that towards your head, they're so focused to be wrapped around the driver. It's just so cool.
So these are the late seats. I didn't know at the time that the earlier seats came in like a light grey colour. Okay. I think the darker ones are much nicer.
I really like this. I really like this. Then I see you've got like, is this all OEM, like the stitching on the armrest and stuff like that?
Oh, so no. So basically, the last time you saw the car, you had the OEM steering wheel, which is this, but I had it sent off to Japan.
Oh, right, okay.
There's a family out there called Robson Leather, so they've reworked it. So you've got thumb grips, they've introduced carbon fibre top and bottom, and just sort of re-sculpted it. But
Beautiful.
what they made a mistake. They put red stitch. I asked for grey stitch because at the time I thought if I go for the grey stitch, it just goes into the car as is.
Yep.
But because they put red stitch in, I've had like a little set. So you got the armrest in the same level with the red stitch, handbrake gaiter, gear gaiter. If you look inside there, there's a little mat. Also, the same lever and a red stitch and the same for inside there. Yeah. So it's like a little set. So it just complements each other.
That's awesome.
The only other bits, and this is my gear knob, a little.
The kill switch as well.
Well, it's just a cigarette lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Love that.
And other than that, I think it's all OEM in here.
Brilliant. Well, can you pop the bonnet for us and let's have a little look?
Let's have a look. No problem.
Awesome.
There you go.
So give us a little tour of what was got going on under here.
Stock engine. Stock engine.
And these once again came with the RB26 DETT.
Yeah.
Twin turbo. Do you still run the twin turbo
Yes.
setup? Yes, you do. Awesome.
So the engine side is all OEM. I've just got some basic breathing mods. So not a lot, to be fair. Fancy Nismo oil cap as featured on the Club and Race spec.
Beautiful.
ARC radiator. We've got the Nismo intercooler pipe kit, again for the Nismo intercooler.
Yep.
Air cleaner duct. Titanium mine strut brace.
Oh yeah, let me get a better look at that. I'm sure people, especially GTR fans, will be interested in having a proper look at this. It's an absolute work of art, these huge strut braces.
And
they're beautiful, and I love the badges on it as well. Amazing.
And then you got the bonnet. And something that my brother found out before I did, if you look inside there, you see the actual plaque.
Oh, I see, there is a Nismo plaque in there. I
Yeah.
don't know if we're going to get that on camera. I'll try my best to light that up, but wow, so it's a genuine Nismo carbon bonnet. It's beautiful,
So,
man.
there you go. So just stock.
So what power is this one now then? Is it still the stock?
I don't know. So when I bought the car, it came with some paperwork, and that paperwork said 376 horsepower.
Okay.
When the car was absolute stock.
Uh-huh.
I've got, like I said, I've got some basic breathing mods on, so maybe a little bit more.
Maybe we'll say touching 400. Just
Maybe.
just for the sake of it. And then we've got the carbon mines
Cooling panel.
cooling panel down here too. It's absolutely beautiful. Seeing a car like this, I'm just going to step back. I don't want to stand on any children or anything around it. Just being able to see a car like this in this day and age, still in this condition and form, is so great. Because growing up, this was what we all loved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this was like the new crazy machine from Japan, and it was like, wow, they're insane. Like,
They still have that effect, I think.
I think they have it even more so now,
Yeah.
but because a lot of them aren't in this condition anymore, I think that there is a
I mean, the good thing is, we've got a lot of
enthusiasm.
well, not just enthusiasts, we've got a lot of specialists that can get the car to where you want it, depending on how deep your pockets are. So that's a nice thing. But there's something about the car. All of them, 32, 33 and 34 for me,
Yeah,
if they're done nicely.
they're very special machines.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for giving me a tour. Would you take me out in it? I'll take my shoes off, I promise.
Okay.
Okay. Brilliant. Woo! Straight into it, buddy. Okay. Was not expecting that. You now join us in the R34 GTR, the no-spec R34 GTR. Kadir, thank you for coming down, man, and thank you for doing this with me today. While we're in the car, I just wanted to have a little conversation with you, really. How is GTR ownership in 2023?
Expensive. Only expensive if you want to buy stuff for the car. Otherwise, it's just a regular car in terms of maintenance. But if you want to buy bits and pieces, that's where the real expense is.
But you've had this how long now?
15 years.
15 years, and this is a really special car to you, right? Like, and does it have any meaning more than a car at this point?
Only my dad was a Nissan lover.
Okay.
And my only regret is I bought it after he died.
Right.
So
okay.
If he was around, then maybe
He'd have loved it.
He could have driven it.
I'm sure he's
taking him out in it.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. I grew up around Datsuns and Nissans because that was all my dad could afford at the time.
Okay.
And what he did was he ended up buying a string of Bluebird Turbo ZXs. So turbocharged Bluebirds.
Yeah.
So yeah. So this is sort of.
It's like a big boy turbo.
Keeping in line with that tradition.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
So,
that's awesome. And I'm sure he's looking down, loving every second of you enjoying it anyway. So, very special car, man. And I just think it's so wonderful how much you love it and how well you maintain this thing. And
I try. You try, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Now, before this, what were you into before this? Like.
Well, my first car, as it goes, was a Nissan Bluebird.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was a turbocharged one.
Yeah,
my dad
cool.
got me. But that got written off, so I a bit of head scratching, and I found myself in an EG9.
Excellent, and that's how we first met, right?
But that one, my first one got stolen.
Right. Okay.
So a year later, I managed to get another, which is the one I still have to this day.
To this day.
Yeah. So I've had that one.
That is awesome, man. And
22 years.
Wow, 22-year
I've had that EG9 for 22 years, I think.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, 22 years this year.
Wow, that's so cool.
So,
I have to explain to people, because I hope the cameras showed it. This is honestly one of the cleanest cars I've ever seen. To the point where I am actually not wearing shoes. There's a lot of special parts on this car. Do you have like a standout favourite?
Or no, I don't. I like the bonnet.
You like the bonnet,
I
yeah?
like the bonnet.
The bonnet is beautiful.
I think the bonnet sort of transformed the front end of the car.
Yeah.
But overall, it's just obviously I've done a few bits and pieces over the time I've had the car. But even in standard, guys, it's just got a presence about it that very few cars have. So
I think as well it really captures the imagination even of the youth of today. You know, like because I think
if you're a car guy,
this is it. This is one of the pinnacle cars. Like, have you got any future plans that you're maybe going to do in the future to this?
Big brake upgrade.
A big brake upgrade,
I have to save up for that.
Yeah. And will you go for the R35? Is that a common swap? Oh, okay. What are you thinking, or is it secret?
APs.
APs.
I want APs.
Amazing. I have them, and they are incredible.
I have. I've always wanted them, so I'll just try and save up and get those.
Yeah.
I think that'll complete the outside of the car for me.
Perfect. And you said earlier this is around 400 horsepower, right?
I think so.
We're around.
Yeah, let's just say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can we feel it?
Can you feel it?
Yeah. Oh, that feeling this car gives you, the four-wheel drive, the way it plants that power, you can feel every horsepower is being used. Look at that smile on your face as well.
Bear in mind, this is still a standard engine.
Yeah.
Just with breathing mods.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay.
It feels, for a street car, so usable.
Yeah, I think it's okay. And you just have to be careful because you can run out of road real quick. Real quick. But yeah, I think it's alright.
Yeah.
It sounds nice as well.
Oh, it sounds fantastic, man.
So normally, if you're driving like this, I think it's fairly civilised. But that exhaust note, that's a little bit it's a little bit different, I think, from the regular Skyline exhaust, I think.
If I put that on there, can you do that again, just so I can see the boost gauge grow? Even if you just like go...
If we reset that.
Awesome, perfect. That's perfect.
The only thing I would say is, obviously, I'm sorry we haven't been able to do this sooner. This is obviously where I've got the 3 kids.
Oh, you don't have to apologise about family, man. Like, you know, we made it work. We've got it done.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you reached out, I said, okay, do you know what? I'm good for Fridays and Saturdays. Saturdays are better because Fridays are still a school day.
Yeah.
So let me know what Saturdays you've got free, and we just work with that. So.
And what a great day we've had. So I just want to fill everybody in because obviously you guys may not know this. I've known this man pretty much since I got into modifying cars when I was about 18. I joined a forum, he was on that forum, and we've just known each other forever now, really. You've known me my whole adult life, basically, and you've seen me change as a human being, hopefully, because I was definitely not the man I am now back then, but you were very patient with me. And we've always had a really good little relationship with and friendship. So it's great to finally get you in here, man, and show the world your GTR.
I'm glad, because at the end of the day, for me, you've asked, and it's something we had to do it. I think we had to do it.
Definitely.
And I wanted to do it for you as well.
Definitely.
So,
well,
yeah,
I really hope you
glad.
had a great day with me, man. And
Yeah,
I want to say thank you.
No, you're
And
absolutely
make sure, you've got a private profile, right? Do you want me to shout out your
You
at?
can shout me out.
Okay, the at is on the screen now if you want to follow him on Instagram. And he might accept you. And so thank you very much. Thank you very much, dude.
No
Thank you
worries.
for coming down, dude. I hope you appreciate it. Don't leave me hanging.
No worries.
Well, thank you so much. If you've made it this far in the video, let us know in the comments down below what you think of the Skyline. This is amazing. What an amazing example of the car. Let us know in the comments if you like it. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See you there.